All right, Shalom boys here. Welcome to the Covenant. Well, another video talking about tools because we all understand if you want to get projects done, whether you're a handyman or you're a homesteader, you're going to need tools. Uh, and it's just for the life of me, I just don't understand how people think that they're going to move on a piece of property or start a business and they don't have the proper tools. But one of the things that I came across in the comment section was talking about, rust, moisture, leaving your tools out in the rain. And, these things happen. And anyone knows from a handyman or contractor's perspective, we know that it takes at least probably an hour to initially set up a job site just to begin working. Now, I'm not talking about uh, working. I'm talking about just to set up your job site to begin to work. Uh, it could take anywhere upwards to an hour to do. And so it's a very difficult thing to unpack all of that stuff. I know it's difficult, but it's necessary. And one of the main dangers of all of your tools is going to be moisture, it's going to be rain. Now, as you see here, this is my tool. These are my tool cases. And you see, I'm not cleaning any of this stuff up. Well, I'll clean it up, but hey, I'm a contractor. It's gritty. This is just the life of a contractor. But what we're seeing here is my tool cases. And fortunately and unfortunately for me, I live in a valley. And in the morning time when I wake up, it is very wet because of all of the fog and all of the mist that descends, on the land. So it's always very wet in terms of the grass and everything, but this moisture can penetrate even tools, and that's why it's so important to have uh, the proper amount of cases to keep your tools dry. Because let me tell you, you're looking at about upwards of $6,000 worth of tools right here. Um, you're talking about grinders, miter saws, and stuff, and so you see that you see, but inside I keep all my tools inside, keep all my tools, you see, but it's wet. Again, keeping all my tools. Very important to make sure that you are storing your tools in cases that will protect from a modest amount of rain or a little bit amount of rain or drizzle or, moisture. And how do we go about maintaining our tools as well? Because, sometimes, your tools will rust, some of the parts will rust. And so it's important to ensure that you're using some of this stuff right here. WD-40. And let me tell you, WD-40 is a godsend when it comes to contracting, when it comes to homesteading. This is the kind of tool that you want, and even, look at, my Craftsman. You see, this is wet. You see all that water on there? That's why it's good to have a good tool case. You see how that locks up and secures very good? So the water comes off. But hey, I have all of my different drills, screws, nails, and stuff. And I take this with me everywhere. But WD-40 is going to be very critical when it comes to maintaining your tools. And this is something that you can, I'll just take a good example right here. This is something that you can continuously use. You see right there? Just spray it all in there. Just in the moving parts. Just to keep it nice and smooth. So I'll go ahead and take it and I'll spray it all in the moving parts right there to ensure that my tool works in an optimal condition. Because as you see, I use this thing a lot, but this is very expensive. And so you're going to want to make sure that you are doing this with your tools consistently. Consistently. You see all those joints right there? Boom. I go ahead and spray it all in there. You see that? See, I'm running out. I done damn near ran out, but that's why it's so important to have WD-40, because I'm constantly making sure that I am, oh, there it goes, right there. I'm constantly making sure that I am lubricating my tools so that they will work as they should. So not only do you need sharp bits to go on your tools, but you need to make sure, in addition to that, let me see right here. I mean, $225 tool. You want to make sure that all of the parts, all of the sections that move when you're doing your miter cuts, you want to make sure all of that is lubricated. All of the moving parts. Now, you don't put it on the motor or anything like that. You just put it on the moving parts so that your tool is not getting gummed or jammed up or anything, because you're constantly having dirt, you're constantly having wood chips and sediment and stuff like that get into the sections of your tool. So you want to ensure that it constantly is going well. You see this right here? See, this is another perfect example right here. You see? Just make sure you're getting it in there. And so you see all that? You see that in there? See, this is DeWalt. And brushless motor, but you want to make sure that you are getting as much lubrication in there again, because you can put the Sawzall, you can put the blades in horizontally and vertically on this one. So again, so I'll just make sure that I am lubricating all of my tools to make sure that it's good. Your drywall stuff, this is another perfect example right here. Now again, don't get it into the motor, but just get it into the moving parts. Right there. You clean it off, and boom. That's good to go there. You see? So, WD-40. You can also use stuff like this right here for your larger tools, but WD-40 is something that you're definitely going to want to keep on hand. Make sure that you are consistently doing this, because moisture is going to get into your tools. Dirt and grime is going to get into your tools. And this is just the optimal way I found to make sure that my tools last forever. So stay encouraged. Make sure that you're taking care of your tools, because to replace all of this stuff, buku money, especially in this day and age. All right. Shalom.